important thing that's also Dr. Krishnanathan touched is not to incentivize for the investment, quantum of investment, giving subsidy by the state and central governments, but to give the number of employment generated. Also, Dr. ABV goes on to say how important to create industries in the rural area, not every time in the city, because rural folks are not ready to travel all the way, not everybody. Still there is migration, but still it is important to go and put the industry there, and that will create a revolution in that area. So like that, if industrialists are more and more encouraged, new industries are encouraged to put in villages, I think that will also be one more advantage is all the infrastructure facility also will build along the roads and other things. That will take care of several villages around. And we have seen, I think even Coimbatore, when it was when it's small, the outskirts of Coimbatore, even all these things, they're small, and some industry started and it has become all are linked, now it has become a large city. One more thing is academician, the education, I think is also to, we are all talking about employment generation. So we need to create a lot of employment. And when we go and recruit people, a lot of people are not employable. That's the thing. And very often I hear from industrialists telling that most of them, the employability is only 20%. We go and interview 10 people, only 2 people are fit for the job. Who is to blame? We can telling the policymakers, now the new industrial education, new education policy has come, new curriculum is going to get rolled out. We need to see how that's going to address the kind of the need of the industry. There's definitely much better improvement as I have gone through that. But still, I don't know it will completely meet the requirements. In my viewpoint, the job givers, maybe majority may be industries, and some portion government also creates jobs. They should be creating the curriculum, and not the academicians, is my viewpoint. Academicians should construct it based on the need of the industry. And that, I think if that changes, it's a big time. Government should not take full control of that and putting all the academicians. Industries are also invited. Definitely we are invited in part of that. But I think there is a lot of compulsion in this thing. But if it is purely led by employment creation, I think this problem of not readily getting employed, not ready fit for employment will get solved, is my viewpoint. Also, I feel there is a responsibility as industrialists we have to demonstrate. In my experience, I've seen people who are not fit for employment, technically. And I have been telling to my own team members also, my colleagues, please do not judge them on the skills. Evaluate their attitudes, not on the skill sets. The people who are not employment ready at the time of interview, first time appearance, their stability and longevity with the company is far, far higher than people who are ready. Those who are ready come to the job, work for 3 years, 5 years, 4 years, then leave to another one. Because they are readily employable, they communicate very well, easy to find a job, but they will be stable, they are as equal and intelligent like anybody, is my viewpoint. So the key point is the efforts. I feel that it's a CSR, it should be a CSR budget. Government should say that government is spending millions or crores of money on skill development. And that's another pity. But why not CSR in general thing? Why can't this also be very important thing? Skill development, making unemployable employable, and very important thing. There are apprentice scheme, and so on. There are quite a lot of other things are there. But making that, giving job to rural folks, all these things, if it is counted, quite a lot of people, I think, will come forward, is my viewpoint. Another thing in terms of job creation. We have been doing a small experiment. I was in CIA way back in 2000, and now in Thai also we are done. This has been, according to me, is a very successful model, and this is the need of the hour. And if this is done, definitely millions of job is possible across the country. They are completely ignorant of many things, right from quite a lot of things. They don't have formal education, but they have ambition. They have the right attitude. But all they require is encouragement in telling them. Unlike somebody studying MBA, they are very well versed with various things. How a supply chain works, how marketing works, how sales works, all these things. But these entrepreneurs, the small-time entrepreneurs, the MSMEs, are not well versed. They only learn through experience, hearsay. Somebody says they see somebody and then learn. It's not full, completely end-to-end. They learn it thoroughly. Few of them, but not many. But if there is a proper thing, they come together and keep on learning. It is fun, it's enjoyment, and if you educate them, I think that makes a big difference. I see that my vision is Tamil Nadu alone. I was just telling 10,000 boards, which is 1 lakh people getting enrolled, entrepreneurs. Coimbatore is definitely a key example. There is no destruction in Coimbatore, but the very attitude that made this very industrialized city very strong and a very differentiated personality. I think that's very important. It's important that we look at that. How do we change the core of the person in the family and the spouse of the family? Then the whole thing is taken care of. If you are like that. One end we have been trying to build skills and encourage employment. Another end is machine is silently killing the job. I was at Silicon Valley before Corona. Surprised to see that I went a lot of startups. They made a presentation. A lot of brilliant minds are working to just destroy a lot of jobs across the world. Their job is that, how to automate various things. If 100 people are doing, how it can be done with one machine or 2 people or 1 or 2 people, how it can be reduced substantially. They are selecting industries and targeting. They are successful. That's why it's called Silicon Valley Startup Hub. I learned that was a very, very powerful thing that as to how these people are creating the job creation. They also showed me a kind of website that is a UK-based website, which is called willrobotstakemyjob.com. One last point I would like to say and close. One of the reasons Coimbatore flourished is also the innovation, the thinking, continuous improvement models. I think that's a very, very important thing. And instead of just being a copycat, can we allot a budget across India on R&D, investing in R&D will go a long way. Because that's how Atmanirbhar is to happen, or not import dependent. If you strictly look at, we are driven more internal demand is there, but import dependent economy. A lot of materials are still to be imported than our exports. Therefore, anything that happens in the world, the Ukraine-Russia war, any kind of events that's happening, India is also affected. Earlier it was not the case much, but now more and more. So we are no more insulated. We are actually wired globally. So the need of the hour is investment in R&D. I think this would go a long way in terms of that. This also has the power to create. Therefore, we need to look at the world map. The world is my playground, and every industry, even bigger, whether it's MSME or large industry. If we start looking at that, producing that kind of a quality, I think we can definitely create not just few millions, but even almost 60-70% of the population can be employment creators. Because that's what is happening in some of the countries. Highest population to ratio, they import workers for doing the job, but the nation is full of entrepreneurs. And I think we should dream of one day like that. Because if we only make the world as a market, it's possible. Once again, I applaud Dr. A.B. for having done a wonderful job, sir. I wish this book goes in the right hands of policymakers, both at central government as well as the state government. They read it and look at the kind of the merit in various things, arguments, understands it. Make correction. I would not say a radical, but small correction happens elsewhere will go a long way is my viewpoint. Thank you very much for giving me this opportunity.